Hello everybody, welcome back to the Craft Beer Hub. I've got another beer review for you, and it is this. This is a session IPA from the Goodness Brewing Company down in Wood Green in London. The can art is mega. It's got this lovely kind of matte finish can wrap on there. There you go, there's the Goodness Brewing Company. I should say at this point, if you've come over from Tap-In's trade magazine, hello. For those that don't know, keep you in the loop. When I was up in Brew London, I met the guys from Tap In. I kind of explained what I do. I got chatting to one of their sales reps. I kind of explained what I do, and I've kind of ended up in this position where I'm going to be doing a monthly column in their trade magazine, talking about a couple of the beers that they offer, and this is one of them. So, the Goodness Brewing Company, I had a really good chat with one of their representatives. I wish I could remember his name. I was a few sheets to the wind by this point at Brew London. He ran me through all of their beers. I filmed with him, but the sound was terrible, so the film never came out. But one of the beers I do remember trying was this beer, Yes. Now, it seems to be, if I remember right, this is one of their biggest sellers. And I remember it being quite good. But I'm not going to let that shape my judgment. Obviously, it needs to be good where I'm standing now. There you go, Session IPA, 4.5% in a full 40 can. They're from, like I said, they're from Wood Green in London. They started as a hop growing collective, I believe, back in 2015. And it's kind of gone on now to where they are today, where they're brewing beer for you lovely ladies and gentlemen. Right, let's get the beer open into a glass to see what we get. I'm just going to rotate the can just in case because it's a session IPA, and I remember it being quite heavily hopped. So if there is anything lurking at the bottom of the can, I want to just agitate that up into the can. It's all flavour, isn't it? Let's get this open then. Boom, lovely smoky can opening. Let's get it into a glass. Now I had all of their beers, and one of the beers that really stood out to me actually from Goodness Brewing Company was their stout. But I do remember having this, and I remember really, really liking it. So, look at that cool can. This is kind of like my thing, this kind of 70s, 80s vibe. I'm all about it. What have we got then? We've got a beautiful, light, very light for a session IPA. It's lovely, light straw-coloured beer. Good levels of carbonation. Tighty white head. It looks cracking in the glass. Let's get our noses in then, see what we get. Oh, sweet orange. Sweet lime, subtle pineapple and mango at the back. It does smell very good. It's putting a smile on my face already because it's kind of bringing back those memories from a couple of weeks ago at Brew London. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Cheers, everybody. Subtle malty notes to start with, but they're there and they're gone. Yeah, I remember it being a heavy hopped beer, and it is a heavy hopped beer. You're straight into those sweet citrus notes. Definitely getting more sweet lemon on the flavour than I was on the aroma. Definitely that sweet lime is in there as well. And those flavours transform from sweet citrus really into... It's sweet sort of tangerine to start with, but then it moves on again into a much more sort of bitter orange, almost like an orange rind sort of flavour. It's really quite nice because the sweet notes at the start, or the notes at the start are slightly sweet, so there's a lovely bit of bitterness in there to balance that off. And another thing I haven't spoken about yet, it's got a lovely creamy oaty mouthfeel. So I would say it's definitely got oats in it. And how does the beer finish? Quite dry and quite bitter. Bit more of that orange at the back. The beer never really moves on from that orange from the middle to sort of towards the end. It's just the bitterness develops, the drying sort of thing that I wasn't getting before develops massively. And it's almost there and it's gone. It's quite sort of cleansing actually on the palate. That's really quite nice. The subtle carbonation works so well with this. a session IPA to me should have all of the brilliant traits of a normal IPA with the less ABV. Obviously, you're never going to get a perfect match. You're never going to have all of one thing and no ABV. But this is sort of perfectly balanced between being flavourful, bringing lots of character with those lovely citrus notes and the way they develop. It's got a lovely bitterness against the sweetness, which is perfect. It's got the mouthfeel. It's got a subtle carbonation, which a good IPA has, mouthfeel and subtle carbonation. Yeah, I really, really quite like this, and it's as good as it is as good as I remember it being in Brew London. It's just a pleasure to drink. It's loads of flavour. It's a really inoffensive beer. I don't think it's not really. It's not overly hoppy to the point where it's just mind-blowingly bad. It's just a perfect balance. But bearing in mind it is a session IPA, it's just got a lovely balance between being really drinkable and really hoppy. And a lot of session IPAs miss that. If you're new to the channel, I've talked a lot in the past about session IPAs and how they often miss the mark. One of the best ones for me was Wild Beer's session IPA. This is very, very good as well. Look at the glass. Look at the quality. Look at the lacing on that glass. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. Yes, a positive and joyful expression. This is the embodiment of what we stand for. A session beer that delivers big cryo hop flavours of tangerine and citrus, okay, soft on the palate and great mouthfeel thanks to the addition of oats. There we go. It's not an overcomplicated beer, this one. I think that's probably where the glory is in it. I think it's sort of brilliantly simple. Goodness Brewing Company, 5A Clarendon Yards, Coburg Road, Wood Green in London. You can check them out at thegoodnessbrew.co. Ingredients are water, barley, oats, rye, yeast and hops. Perfect. So there's nothing in there. It's unfiltered and it's vegan and gluten-free. Yeah. Brewed and canned in Wood Green. How would I rate it then? Yeah, just a really good, solid session IPA. It's got loads of quality in it. It's super drinkable because it's just that lower ABV point. Yeah, I really quite like that. I wish I could sort of 2 or 3 of these cans actually, because I could probably do this tonight. Because yeah, that's put me in the mood. How would I rate it then? I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5. I really, really enjoyed that from the Goodness Brewing Company. I've got another can of theirs in their fridge, which I know I'm going to be excited to crack open. Yeah, and I recommend you pick a couple of cans up. And if you find yourself in a bar, buy a pint. It's really, really good. Like, guys, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe if you'd be so kind. Get in the comments if you've had anything from the Goodness Brewing Company. I first had the experience of meeting them at Brew London, and they're such lovely people, and they produce a fantastic beer. Yeah, like, subscribe if you'd be so kind. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.